I'm not going to lie to you. I'm definitely a little bit tardy to the party on Robinhood, but after the huge sell-off that we've seen, I can't resist. And guys, I'm going to show you my full trading strategy I plan to deploy on Robinhood over the next couple months. And if you drop a comment down below, you're going to get my fully weekly wheel guide completely for free. Just drop a comment down below. I'll send it over to you. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And of course, I hope you're having an absolutely God blessed day, guys. But today we're going to be talking about Robinhood. It had a big sell-off here recently, a slight recovery here pre-earnings. So we're going to see what's going to happen. But with that said, with that drop, it has really caught on my radar here recently. So let's quickly recap what exactly happened, okay? First and foremost, we do have a big earnings. Earnings is actually happening here today on the 10th, right? We are going to be having earnings after close here today. That is a big event. My recommendation, at least what I'm personally doing, I'm not a financial advisor, do your own research on anything we talk about here on this channel, is I'm waiting to see what happens on that earnings. Why? Because even though I believe, without a shadow of doubt, I genuinely believe they're going to crush earnings. They're going to crush earnings, but the guidance is the scary part. We have seen it time and time again over these past 2 weeks. Weak guidance, stocks drops 10, 20%. Ludicrous. So maybe we will see something like that. Taking a look quickly at the chart here, let's go over onto our Yahoo Finance. I just have a couple of indicators here that I have, guys. I have my Bollinger Bands here that just roughly tells me, where a stock is likely to trade in. It's all Fugazi. My 300-day moving averages, and then my RSI here as well that tells me how oversold or overbought a position is. I have that all listed out here on arkpicks.com. So why is Hood appealing to me right now? I'm going to talk about the strategy in just a moment. Trading at 86. We dropped down to 72, you can see on the chart, and then we had a nice recovery here back over our 300-day moving average, which was insane that we plummeted below the 300-day moving average of 84.94. However, we are still below all of the big ones, the 50-day and the 200-day moving average. Me as an investor, I am long-term on any stock that I want to hold, even though I don't want to hold them long-term. I want to be getting in and out of them. I still, worst case scenario, if I have to hold a stock, I want it to be a stock that is below some key moving averages that I still believe in the fundamentals of, okay? Now, what's cool with ArkPicks is we can actually see a full summary of what's going on with the entire stock, as well as a new summary of what's going on. But the big event here today is going to be the actual earnings report and see how guidance looks like for it. So what is my plan? Well, I really want to start building a position with Robinhood, guys. And most people, when they go and buy stocks, right, what they're actually going to do is if a stock drops like Robinhood off all-time highs of what, like around 150, insanity, absolutely crazy. They'll just go out there, they'll go to their Robinhood app or whatever brokerage you're using and just buy 100 shares. Nothing wrong with that. There's just better ways to do it. So the way I like to get into stocks, right, is I like to get paid to maybe buy a stock, right? Now, a lot of you, maybe this is a refresher for on this channel. Today's video is definitely geared towards more of you just getting into all of this, because this is a strategy that I talk about every single day, because it is my mission to share this with you guys, because I wish somebody taught me this sooner. So what we're doing here is we are on the options chain. You will need to get approved for options, whichever brokerage you want to do. Now, what we're going to say is we're willing to buy 100 shares of Robinhood for a certain price and on a certain date. We dictate all of the terms. Pretty freaking sweet, okay? So instead of just going out there and buying 100 shares at $85 and spending $8,500, what we could do is say we're willing to buy it next month for $75. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to click sell a put. We are not options buyers. Options buyers, I call them the degenerate gamblers. They're the people going into the casino every single day, right? While the house, right, we're slow and steady, set, forget, kind of getting those poker chips slow and steady. Occasionally, one of the degenerates always wins. They just do, right? But that's okay. Long term, I believe we set ourselves up as the house because we dictate all the terms. The times this strategy gets sketchy is when you're doing it on sketchy companies. So we're selling a put. All we're saying here is we're willing to buy 100 shares of Robinhood. On what date do you want that to happen? Well, I'll just go out 31 days here, okay? I want to buy 100 shares of Robinhood on March 13th, and I get to name my price. So here on the options chain, it may be intimidating the first time you see an options chain. Trust me, I know the feeling. When I first got into all this, I was like, what is all this nonsense? So that's why this channel exists, to break this down in plain English. I am not a full-time trader. That is literally the last thing I could possibly want to do in my life, is stand in front of screens all day and gamble, right? But this strategy, I believe, can fit into anybody's life that enjoys being involved in the markets but doesn't want to be like a trader, right? But let's take a look. Trading at 85.50. Let's take a look. What if we want to buy it at 80? Okay, cool. Let's crack open the 80. If we're saying we're willing to buy it at 80 on March 13th at close, we could actually collect, wow, look at that bid-ask spread. So the bid, never just go for your bid, guys. Always go between the bid and ask, right? The ask is 505, right? The bid is 370. We'll just call it like, let's just call it like 420, right down the middle. So we collect about $420 of premium on this specific contract. Where's that money coming from? That's coming from the options buyer. People ask me this all the time, Pete, where does premium come from? Well, think about it. If you've ever had terrible experience buying options, when you pay for that right to control the stock, 100 shares of stock, where do you think that money's going? It doesn't just like magically go into the market. No, it's going to an option seller on the other hand, and that's what we're doing here, right? So in this case, let's just toss this into our cash secured put calculator. I'll just put 420 here, and then our collateral is $8,000, right? Why is it $8,000? Well, we're saying we're willing to buy 100 shares of Robinhood for $80 a share. 80 times 100 is $8,000. This is what deters a lot of people from running this strategy, by the way, because the reality is this is a capital intensive process. You do need money to make more money. Welcome to the world, right? When people are buying options, right, they can do that for like, $100, $50, a couple $100, right? This premium that they're paying, they're not getting anything out of it. So in my situation, let's go take a look at this trade and then we'll talk about the risks. Now our collateral, right, our premium divided by our collateral gives us a 5.25% return on our money in a 31-day period. This is high risk, meaning this is a high chance of assignment. More on that in just a moment, okay? So what can happen? First and foremost, let's say the 13th comes around, Hood is trading above $80, it's trading at 81, 82, 83, whatever. You're not going to buy the shares, right? Your $8,000 is returned back to you, but now you're not starting with $8,000, you're starting with $8,420, right? That $420 is given to you upfront anyway. It's not taken from you unless you decide to close out your position early. There's more on those strategies and advanced topics on the Ark Options workshop, especially if you're a beginner. Go attend that. That's going to give you my trade lock template as well as my 2 premium calculators completely for free, okay, at the very end of that training. So, but the biggest risk, this is number 2, the only 2 things that can happen really here, if you just let it go to expiration, is let's say you open up your phone, it's March 13th, Hood is trading below $80. It's trading at 79, 78, anything below 80, you are buying your shares at 80. You're buying a company at $80 a share, even though the company may be trading at $79. Now, you can, of course, factor your premium, this $420 that you collected, into your cost basis. I don't really usually do that much, honestly, because I'm an income-based investor. I just look at this as cash flow and income from my asset of $8,000, okay? But that's the strategy. That's at least what I'm going to be primarily doing with Robinhood to get into my position with my cash-secured puts. And the thing is, you can close these positions out early, right? Meaning that, let's say, okay, so let's just say, for example, let's say we did this trade right now, okay? And we did this trade, and let's say we wait till today, till after earnings, right? They've got their earnings here today, later today. Let's say it's incredible news, incredible guidance, and the stock doesn't actually plummet like SoFi did after incredible guidance, incredible earnings, and still plummets. It makes no sense. This is why I don't trade during earnings week for a stock. But let's just say it actually shoots up like 20%, 10%, right? Well, tomorrow when you open up your brokerage app, right, you're most likely going to be your contract here is much less likely now to even happen than the day before, right? Because let's say Robinhood has now recovered to like $100+ a share. For it to now reach $80 again in 31 days is very unlikely. It's not really going to happen. It of course can happen, but it's less likely. So what we can do is something called a buy to close. Buy to close means we are closing out our position. But to close out our position, we do have to give a little bit of this premium back, okay? We do have to give back a little of this premium. How much of that premium do we give back? Well, it's going to vary. But if a stock jumps up on you like 20% in like a day after doing it, I've had times where I can close it out and collect about like 50% of my premium. Let's just assume that. So 210. Let's say 210. That's exactly 50%. So let's say tomorrow you open your phone, Robinhood popping off your contract. Now you can go into your phone and click buy to close, and it'll be like, give us $210 back. Give us $210 back of that premium that you got 420 of, and you can close out your position. Your $8,000 is no longer collateralized, and you can leverage that money to go into a different opportunity for yourself. In that kind of case, I will do it. Why? Because I captured 50% of my premium within the first few days. It's one of my tenets when I sell options, okay? That if I can capture 50% of my premium in a matter of a couple days of a stock, I will gladly buy to close that position out, free up that collateral, because we know everything that goes up must at some point come down. And usually when a stock has a massive rally, we do sometimes see a pullback. Is it guaranteed? Absolutely not, it isn't. But I get to free up that collateral. I captured 2.63%. Obviously, it's a fully educational example. It's a fully hypothetical, guys. So just understand what I'm trying to tell you, but it does happen, right? Now, some of you might be thinking, Pete, that kind of feels day trading-y, right? Like, what if I'm working all day and I miss this jump up? You can automate this in your brokerage accounts, okay? You can buy to close out your positions at 50% profit, right? And do a good till canceled orders for the first couple days, and then have it just expire on a certain date. You can do that, right? And I used to be really good at that. Now I'm kind of like more in tune with this stuff with our community and stuff. So I'm kind of like always looking at the markets. But there's also nothing wrong with letting things go to expiration. I would say 70% of our community members let everything go to expiration. And what does that mean? Well, let's say they opened up this trade today that they want to buy Robinhood at $80 in 31 days from now. They will do it. They'll open up their phone. They'll place the trade, put the phone away. Then they'll open their app in 30 days from now and see what happened. They've already defined their trade. They're comfortable owning Robinhood at 80, right? Whether it drops below that or above that. And then they check their phone once a month and see, okay, cool. And then they redeploy the capital into an opportunity. Nothing wrong with that. But there is something to be said if you do spend. What I always tell people, guys, is you could do this in about an hour, 2 hours a week, right? And what does that hour, 2 hours a week usually entail? Like, honestly, when you're in your bathroom break at work, just checking your positions and see what's going on, and if you're able to buy to close them out at like 50 or so percent. It's that easy. It's, again, I'm not a day trader. I've got way too much going on every single day to be like drawing on candlestick. This isn't like an adrenaline pumping strategy. If that's what you're looking for, you're in the wrong place. But I want to teach you more about this, guys. So attend the Ark Options Strategy workshop down below. It's going to give you the full breakdown of how the Ark Options Strategy works, how you can fit it into your lifestyle. And at the end, I give you my trade lock templates as well as my 2 premium calculators. Guys, remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.